Hello, LinkedIn YouTube family. Welcome to today's thought provoking live on Can AI write better documentation while keeping data private? AI is evolving everywhere. AI is revolutionizing technical writing and product documentation, making it faster, more efficient, and automated. But there is a critical question: what happens to data privacy when AI is involved? Today, we are diving into can AI replace human expertise in technical documentation? How do AI driven documentation tools impact data privacy? What is the right balance between AI automation and human oversight? And I couldn't have asked for a better co speaker to explain this topic. Joining me today is Mohita Narang, an expert and a senior technical writer, AI technical writing instructor, doing PhD in data science from Amity, my alumni. I did my PGDBM in Amity University long back. Writer of 100 Google ranking tech articles, author of few papers, API documentation, and a state level cricketer. Welcome, Mohita.
Thank you so much, Dr. Damodar. Super excited to be here. So, AI has transformed the way we write the documentation, but we rely more and more on AI content these days. But the privacy and security concerns are also becoming, a concern for the organizations. So, today's session is going to be very insightful, and we are going to discuss about these things only.
Absolutely. And to our audience, drop your thoughts in the comment. Would you trust AI to write your technical documentation? Why or why not? Let's make this an interactive session. We will answer you once the live session is over. So let's talk about the rise of AI in documentation. So let's start with the basics. AI powered tools like ChatGPT and other solutions are transforming how documentation is created. These tools can generate structure guides, update content automatically, and even personalize documentation based on user behavior. What is your point of view, Mohita?
Yes, definitely. Companies are already leveraging AI for creating documentation. I can give you some examples here, like, for example, automated translations. So there are multiple tools like, for example, DeepL, Google Translate. These tools actually enable instant multilingual translations. So this means you can just give the content and the content will be converted to some other language, maybe French. Next is auto-generated FAQs. So AI tools are there, like for example, Zendesk AI, Freshdesk AI, Intercom. These are the tools which can actually analyze customer queries from different platforms. It could be social media platforms, it could be your website, and it automatically generates FAQs. So definitely, these are the tools which are game changer in the technical documentation. Then you can have content suggestions, like AI detects missing information in the documentation and suggest improvements. Okay, so it can just simply, suppose if you're writing API documentation, it will check the API logs. It will analyze it and it will check that which API is not working and what is the reason for it. And so maybe suppose parameters are missing. So accordingly, it will suggest that what you should be doing in the documentation.
That's the key question. AI is great at recognizing patterns, but it lacks human intuition, contextual path, right, or depth in real world experience. That is why human validation remains crucial. What do you say,
Yes,
Mohita?
I totally agree on this. AI can generate documentation quickly, but it lacks real world understanding, which can lead to errors. Let me give you an example here. In documentation, in API documentation, AI might suggest outdated parameters that no longer works in the latest versions of API, or maybe it can fail due to a lack of critical details like authentication requirements or security risks. A human reviewer ensures that sensitive data is not exposed and the documentation aligns with the business rules. Next example could be like AI produce generic instructions that do not account for this environment and do not cover the trouble facing while installing or maybe deploying the feature. But as a technical writer, we know that what problems can occur in the future and we will document accordingly. You see, what happened, we as a technical writer are actually interacting with the subject matter experts.
Right.
And these people are actually the creators of the feature of the product. So we are getting the first hand information from them, and we know that which tool is working how, right? And we have also done some hands-on experience on the tool, so we know that what probable problems we that could be coming up in the future. Okay. The next could be that compliance and standards. So AI might generate content that sounds correct but does not follow industry standards, like for example GDPR for data privacy. Then is human intervention ensures compliance with the legal and technical requirements. Like compliance expert knows that the data retention policies can vary by country, but AI sometimes don't know. So AI generated documentation might miss legal disclaimers or suggest practices that violates compliance requirements.
Great point, Mohita. So let's ask our audience, what is the biggest challenge you face with AI generated content? Accuracy, privacy, security, relevance? Drop your answers in the comment. Let's get into the privacy dilemma, AI and sensitive data. Now, let's address a big concern, data privacy. AI learns from data, but what happens when the data contains sensitive company information?
Yes, definitely. Some AI tools use data for model training. I think everyone knows us that whatever data we are
Yeah,
giving to the AI, this data is going to be used for the model training also for improvement purposes.
right.
This means that confidential information could contribute to AI learning, which poses risks related to intellectual property or misuse if the AI tools is not designed to handle the sensitive data securely. Uh, then next would be compliance and regulations. AI tools comply with data protection regulations such as GDPR. Okay, companies ensure that AI tools follow these rules. Definitely, they ensure that to avoid the legal issues. Additionally, sharing confidential data may breach NDAs if the tool stores data in a way that could be accessed by unauthorized parties. So what are the best practices? See, this is very concerning thing for anyone. If your data uh, is containing some sensitive data,
Right.
and that sensitive data is being misused by some other companies, so what are the specific things which we can do? So first is that understand, as an organization you should understand that what are the AI tools data usage, what are the storage, and what are the retention practices before using it. Okay, if you are using AI tools, you have to confirm this. Then is your local AI models. This is something which I'm teaching technical writers these days, through also. So the thing is that for sensitive data, you should not be using your AI tools online. You should be locally downloading it, and you should be using your AI tools so that you can prefer and avoid some of the security risk.
Right.
And the third very important point is use ID redact. I think this is a tool which data safeguard is already providing also. I think this is
Yeah.
one of the best tools which I think companies should use. What
Yeah.
it exactly do? Before sharing or storing the data, you should use ID redact to automatically identify and remove sensitive information, such as API keys. So it could be authentication details, or it could be anything like maybe your credit card details. Okay, this tool is going to actually remove the confidential information before sending that data to the AI, or maybe storing the content in cloud. So obviously, this is going to be a game changer for any company, which who actually want to have some data privacies.
Well said about our flagship product, Mohita, that is called ID Redact. So it redacts all the sensitive, non-sensitive, your PII,
Yes.
PHI, PFI information, right, on regular basis. And even after the data breach happens, even though the processor will take those data and they will put it on dark web, nobody will buy it, because before the data breach happens,
Yes.
all the sensitive, non-sensitive informations are redacted, right? So it's redacted. You cannot unredact it. So that is the fancy or USP of our product, right? ID redact. Thank you for talking about ID product. So, in now next is compliance is another challenge, Mohita. Global privacy laws like
Mhm.
GDPR, CPRA. India has recently adopted DPDPA, PIPEDA, PDPA, PDPL, NESA, and there are AI Act, right? And AI Act is also coming up in many, developing countries, right? It requires
Mhm.
strict data protection. If AI tools store or use proprietary data, it could lead to compliance
Hmm.
violations, right? What do you say about it?
Yeah, that's why organization must carefully evaluate where the data is going. As I mentioned before, also that you should be following, checking these type of things before sending your data to the AI.
Right.
Especially, I'm talking about organizations which have very confidential data. So you should check actually this data is encrypted or not, is data redacted before going to the
Yeah.
model for training. As I mentioned before also, if you use a tool, your data will be, your confidential data could be redacted before going for the
Yeah.
training purpose, because you don't know that this data is going to be stored, or maybe this data is going to be used for the training purposes of AI models. You never know.
Yeah.
Also, you should also check that whether this data is stateless or not. If session is stateless, if suppose the data is stateless, that means that after session is over, the data is not going to be retained on the server. So you have to check that it is the data is stateless or not. You have to check this.
Exactly, you are spot on. So here is a question for our audience. How concerned are you about AI tools storing your data? Rate it on a scale of 1, not worried, or 5, highly concerned. Let's get into AI versus human expertise, striking the right balance. Let us be clear, AI is not replacing human expertise anytime soon.
Yeah.
AI is a great at automating repetitive tasks, but documentation is more than just writing. It's about clarity, user experience, and trust. I want to hear from you, Mohita.
Exactly. You know what, Dr. Sahu, every technical writer is concerned about this thing that AI is going to replace their jobs or not, specifically technical writers, because AI is generating the content so fast. So that's why. But I will try to clarify this thing. First of all, AI cannot replace technical writers. This is something which I'm not saying, people are saying it, and I will tell you the reasons for this. Okay. The reason, according to me, is that AI explains the product feature. That is good. AI can explain the product feature, but AI do not explain why and how about the product feature. Okay, because they do not have so much knowledge. As I mentioned before, also that we are the technical writers, we are interacting with the subject matter experts, and we know we get the first hand information, but AI do not have. So it will just explain the product feature, but it will not explain what and how about the things. Okay. Secondly is that we create content strategy. I think this is one of the very important point which, I mean, no one is talking about. Here is the thing that here experience matters a lot. Content strategy could be around SEO. Content strategy could be around creating content documentation for AIs. Now this is one of the trends which I have experienced also. Companies, what they are doing, they are actually trying to create content documentation for LLMs. So in the future, LLMs can give the correct responses out of that, out
Yeah.
of the knowledge bases. This is something which companies are doing at this time. So you must be having content strategy for this. This is something which every company wants these days. So when content strategy comes, here experience matters a lot. We keep on trying different strategies and see what is working the best and what is not working for us. So people in the teams also share their experiences. So here comes the experience. So in short, AI do not have experience. So as a humans, we have that experience. We know that what is working for us, which was working past for us, and which is not working at this time for us. So here, I think AI totally fails. Okay, the last point here I want to tell you that is that AI write wrong content beautifully. In short, AI lies beautifully. Okay, so you will not be able to find that where AI is lying, where AI is giving you the wrong information. So but we are the technical writers are writing for the users or the internal teams, so we cannot provide inaccurate details. Okay, so relying on AI is totally cannot be done. For the companies in future also, they will definitely need technical writers to check the content before publishing. This is what my opinion is.
I think I agree with you. And there is another risk I see. AI sometimes, rightly you said, right, hallucinates. No, it generates
Yes,
misleading
yes.
or incorrect information, right? And
Hmm.
if companies fully rely on AI, they risk publishing inaccurate or non-compliant content, right?
Definitely, that's a point where AI totally fails, and they definitely
Yeah,
need human people. I mean, humans for this, for checking this, and plus, for experience purposes also.
absolutely. So the best approach is AI plus human collaboration, right? You said, so yeah, AI
Yes.
can assist in drafting content, but humans should review it. Yeah. So, and that brings us to the future. So how do we ensure AI driven documentation is both efficient and private? So let's discuss now the future. The AI powered documentation done right. So let's say, how can companies ensure AI driven documentation is secure, accurate, and trustworthy? And what are the best practices? Let's say privacy first AI, choose AI tools that prioritize data privacy or security and compliance. Human in the loop, always review AI generated content before publishing. Transparent AI, ensure AI's decision making is explainable and auditable. I want to hear from you,
Yes.
Mohita, your point of view.
Yes, definitely. And for technical writers and product managers, embracing AI, but do not rely blindly on it. Okay. Use AI to enhance productivity. Maybe for automation part, you can use AI. For simple tasks, you can leverage AI. But where the expertise is required is your publishing part, plus checking the accuracy about the product. This is where you have to do it the things yourself. If you want to have some creativity in the documentation, again AI fails there. So you have to bring on the experience for the content strategy, for creativity, as well as for checking the accuracy. This part is something which I think AI cannot replace humans, and you as a technical writer has to done do your part for the companies.
Exactly. So the future is not AI versus humans, it is AI plus humans working together.
Yes. So to everyone watching, what's your take? I just want to know. These are my views, which I have given. Do you
Yeah.
think is AI is a game changer for documentation or privacy, or still it is a major concerns? So I just want to hear from you also. So I suggest that you should be dropping in comments in the comment section, please.
Absolutely. So this has been an incredible discussion, Mohita. Before we wrap up, let's summarize. AI transforming technical
Hmm.
documentation, making it faster and scalable. We all know that. But privacy risk must be addressed. Companies must ensure compliance and privacy and security. The future is AI assisted but human guided. Collaboration is the key.
Yes,
What do
definitely,
you say?
definitely, definitely. Okay. Anyways, thanks for joining us. If you want this, if you want to connect with us, please connect with us on LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you find that this content is useful for you, please tell us also in the comment sections. Or if you have any doubts, please also you can ask any questions to us, or you can reach out to us later on LinkedIn also.
Thank you, Moita. And one final thought. Would you trust AI with your documentation or do you still prefer human expertise? Drop your answers below. We will answer you back in the comment item. So before we wrap up, let me introduce myself. I am Damodar Sahu, co-founder and CGO of Data Safeguard based in US. At Data Safeguard, we built ID Redact, Mohita talked about, an AI-powered privacy management platform designed to help organizations achieve true data privacy while minimizing operational burdens. Why privacy leaders choose Data Safeguard's ID Redact? It goes beyond compliance, focuses on information privacy, communication privacy, and individual privacy. AI-driven automation reduces privacy risk and operational cost. We can deploy in 2 weeks. We can show return on investment in 4 weeks. No heavy IT lift is required. Privacy based design framework built on embed privacy into your business, not just meet regulations. We have 7 core tenets of ID Redact, that is the data privacy, universal consent management, seamless enforcement of privacy choices, confidential data discovery, AI powered PII detection and classification, privacy impact assessment, proactive risk analysis and mitigation, automated DSR handling, streamline rights requests at scale, confidential data redaction, protecting sensitive information at every touch point, privacy audits and reporting, continuous monitoring and transparency, and it does end-to-end privacy management. One unified platform for complete control. Looking forward to your thoughts. Thank you all watching this session. And thank you, Mohita. Appreciate your time and this such an insightful session we had today. And see you all next time. Thank you.